Hey everybody, Sarah Thrifting for the Nest. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. I have a what sold video for this morning for this weekend. That First weekend of November. I can't even believe we're like in the thick of winter time. Like holidays are beginning, all of these exciting things. So as many of you know, there's been some glitches that have been working their way out in eBay and over the last few weeks. I haven't been super affected by them, but I did notice a little bit of a slowdown last week, and that's when I started getting notifications on my store that there were some of my items that needed item specifics added. For the record, I am not going in and spending a lot of time on those things right now. I just feel like my time is still better spent listing new items. So I have limited time to work in. I am a full-time reseller, but I have kiddos and I have ministry obligations and things that I work on in my personal life. So any time that I have to spend on my business has to be spent listing. If I wasn't selling anything, I would likely start to spend the time updating my listings, but I just feel like as of right now, it's not the biggest priority on my plate. So a few of you have asked me about that. Where am I spending my time right now in the middle of the glitches on eBay? Personally, I just don't think they're affecting my business that much. So I had a pretty solid weekend this weekend. Let's see, let me go to my sales chart. My sales graph is back, which is fantastic. It was gone the last two what sold videos that I've done, so I wasn't able to give you those updates. So Friday was really slow. It was the slowest day of the weekend. So what I'm going to show you today is essentially 3 days worth of sales. I shipped on Friday morning, and then I don't ship at all during the weekend. So what you're going to see is a full weekend of sales. So Friday sales were $74.13. Saturday sales were $229.77, and Sunday sales were $153.61. So I share these numbers with you so that you, if you're wondering if eBay is worth selling on the platform, or if it's something you're interested in getting started with, if you wonder if this income is even plausible. So it absolutely is, but you have to put the work in. And as a reseller for 7 years, I've seen this business ebb and flow and change, and I realize that the more the algorithms change to favor sellers who are very active on the platform, the more active we do need to be on our accounts in order to see the sales that we would have seen maybe 5 years ago by just listing a few here and there. It doesn't quite work like it used to. So as long as you keep up on what makes eBay tick as far as those algorithms are concerned, you should be able to still work this business and make a good amount of money. So if you are interested in how I got started on eBay, I did. I've covered that in the kind of intro at the beginning of my other videos. I am thinking I should probably do like a full timeline of what my eBay business has looked like from 2012 when I started to today in 2019, toward the end of 2019. It's looked very different in different seasons, but I'm just thankful to have this as a platform, as an option to be able to stay home with my kids and still make a good amount of income for my household. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on sharing my sales with you. Oh, I should mention too, I do sell on the Poshmark platform. I only sell on 2 platforms. I know there's Mercari. I did ThreadUp for a little while, but when they stopped doing the immediate payouts, I pulled back. I decided it just wasn't worth the time to sit and babysit those listings. So I don't do ThreadUp anymore. So I just kind of stick to Poshmark and eBay, but eBay is my main gig. So I did $115 worth of sales total on Poshmark for the weekend, which is actually more than I was thinking I would do, because I have been almost absent on that platform. I have not been listing consistently, and I have barely been getting a closet share in. Most of the time my husband or my kiddo does that for me. Again, I feel like where is my time best spent, and it's going to be on the eBay platform. That just works for me personally. I know that if I did not do eBay and I put all of my effort into Poshmark, I could make Poshmark my main gig. But that's just not where I'm at right now in my business. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll share with you item by item what sold. I think it's helpful to know the real sold prices of an item. You know, we do haul videos and everybody loves haul videos. I love doing them. They're fun to share our finds, but sometimes the things don't sell like we think they're going to, and trends change. I will probably have another haul video out on my YouTube channel this week, so stay tuned for that, but right now we're just going to get into it. Do you like the setup that I do? Like I say I'm going to show you my items that that I sold over the weekend like 4 times before I actually do. Thanks for sticking with me. Keeping it real today. Okay, so I pulled everything in order, so I should be able to show everything to you in order. I sell bras on the platform. I say it almost every weekend, so I obviously sell enough to have some sold every weekend. I'm very specific about the bras that I sell, but I did sell an Auden bra, which is a Target brand, not typically a brand I would pick up used, but I hit a bin one day that had just a bunch of new with tags bras. They're so lightweight, so they were worth me picking up. I sold it for $8 plus shipping, so I do charge shipping on everything. It is important to keep in mind that those numbers that I gave you earlier for eBay do include my shipping cost. They don't break it out by sales plus shipping on the sales graph that we have. So I keep everything wrapped in plastic when I store it, so I am just going to share these things for you. I'm not showing you the full item unless it's an item that I don't typically wrap in plastic to store, just to give you an idea of what it is. So I'll do my best to describe the item as I give you the price that it's sold for. So this is a Torrid blouse, so it's a plus size popover blouse. Sold it for $12.50 plus shipping. Did I say that? I said that wrong. Sorry. What that was a Fabletics. See, this is the problem when they're wrapped. Was a Fabletics top. It was the Aviana twist back long sleeve top. I sold it for $15 plus shipping. That's what that item was. Sorry about that. This is the Torrid blouse that I sold for $12.50. Fabletics is one of those brands that's really hit and miss for me. That one actually sat for quite a while before I took a $15 offer. So I always think it's worth picking up at the bins. I do buy most of my inventory for $1.39 a pound, if you're wondering, if this is the first time you've tuned in. So most of my items do come from the Goodwill outlet. Sometimes I will pay up for an item, but I try to share that on my solds when it's an item that I bought like at a retail Goodwill store or a typical normal thrift store. So anyway, so those 2 items did come from the bins. Okay, I did pay up for this. It's an Icebreaker men's hooded top. I sold this within a week of picking it up. I paid $6.99 at the Goodwill retail store for this. It's almost in perfect condition. So sold it for $29 plus shipping. I think it was a day my husband and I had a date day, and we decided to go into a Goodwill store, and I always feel like I need to come out with something to make it worth my time. So, but Icebreaker is a brand I would typically pick up. It doesn't sell for as much as it used to, but you know, so is life. We move on and pick up on new trends. These are Citizens of Humanity. I will always pick up these jeans at the bins. Sometimes they sell for $13.99 like these ones did. Other times they'll sell for $30. So it just depends on the style. But jeans are one of those things I am a little bit pickier on brands with, but I'm happy to have gotten these sold. These sat in they're a bootcut jean, which is not a typical, which it isn't in style of a cut for jeans right now for women's jeans. So I think that's probably why they sat for a while. But I still sold them for $13.99 plus shipping. I will always pick up Chico's. It is my like bread and butter piece that I don't need to really ponder. If I see Chico's, it goes in my cart as if it's in good condition. This is just a basic no iron button front shirt. Sold it for $9 plus shipping. Chico's, when you get bread and butter pieces in your store, it's important to note that these I mean, some Chico's sells for $30 to $40 just depending on the piece, but typically I would consider it more bread and butter, just a quick flip. I like to have a mix of quick flips in my store and items that don't flip as quickly, right, but flip for higher dollars. So I'm okay selling stuff for $9 because I only paid like 80 cents for this piece. So when those pieces add up, it's solid profit. So don't leave that stuff behind if you're looking to just build up your store. We all have different formulas for how we do our businesses, and I've tried it both ways. I've tried picking up like everything that I could find at the bins that I thought might sell and selling things for really low dollars, and I've tried only picking up things that I thought I would sell for $20 or more. But what I found was if I did it that way, stuff was just selling a lot slower, and that's frustrating to me. It's a domino effect. The more items you sell in your store, whether it's low dollar or high dollar, the more items you're going to sell. It works with the algorithms. I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out how these algorithms work on eBay, and I'm finding that this is what works the best for me. eBay likes an active seller. So if you can stay active in your sales, even if that means taking a lower dollar for an item that you were holding out for, that will bring more traffic to your store, so you'll end up selling more items. When you shop at the bins at the Goodwill outlet, you don't have a lot to lose, because I figure, well, I sold this Chico's shirt for $9. Maybe next time, because I find this stuff all the time, I'll sell it for $16. But I don't want to say no to a $9 sale just to make $7 more maybe a month from now. So anyway, that's what my brain process is when I think about my pricing and my best offer strategy. All right. Speaking of items that used to sell for a lot more, these are 7 for All Mankind Dojo jeans. I took a $21 best offer on these. I had them listed for quite a bit higher. If you've been in the reselling game for any period of time, you might remember a day where these were a major bolo. The reason why I took a lower dollar amount is because there's some fray on the inner thigh, on the seam. I definitely disclosed that, took a picture of it, but when there's a flaw in an item, you just can't be that picky, and I got these at the bins, so happy to take $21 plus shipping on them. I picked this up on a bad bins day, and this was like the one good item that came home with me, so I'm happy to have sold it for $40. So this, I probably paid less, maybe about $1 for this shirt. It's a flax shirt, so flax, Flax, is the brand name, and it's linen, so that's what they specialize in. They have other materials as well, but that's what they're known for. And it's plus, which is fantastic. So I took a $40 best offer on this shirt plus shipping. So super happy with that. It made that one bad bins day worth it. This is a Hurley hoodie. I don't typically pick up Hurley. I might change my tune on that though, because my sister and brother-in-law brought over a bag of clothes for me to sell for them, and there was a lot of Hurley, and I decided to just go ahead and put it up, and it's been selling pretty quickly, not for high dollars. This sold for $16, and it's a heavier weight men's quilted hoodie jacket, so $16 plus $8 for shipping. I've actually sold through Hurley fast enough over the last couple weeks since I listed their items that that I'm willing to pick more of it up at the bins now. So, you know, that's just the way that this market goes. When I first started selling on eBay in 2012, Hurley didn't sell for anything for me. So it's interesting, the market, how it works. All right, these are a Gap. I picked these up solely because of the style. They're a black denim and they're frayed hem. I didn't realize when I bought them that they're size 24, which is a pretty small size. So they sat for quite a while and they sold for $12.50. So happy to take that offer and get those out of my store. This is a lot of Lululemon, LuLaRoe, definitely not Lululemon, LuLaRoe leggings that I have sat on for probably 9 months in my store. So I was thrilled to take an $8 best offer plus shipping for these to get them out of my inventory. I will not be buying LuLaRoe leggings, especially the one size, even to lot them. It used to be that, okay, I could sell them for singles for at least $15 to $20 a pair used, and obviously that market tanked, so then you could lot them up and sell them. That did not work out so well for me apparently in this case. They're really wild patterns, so maybe they're just a little more specialized, but officially, if they're new with tags, I might consider it. If they're Disney, I might consider it, but even that, like, I find that they're not really selling for a whole lot. So anybody remember these? I had a few of these when I was a little kid. They're Popples. They're vintage plush. I don't do a lot of hard goods. This item I bought at a garage sale for $2 in the summertime. I was hoping to sell it for a little bit more than that, but you know, she's pretty dingy. but she's good for nostalgia, so I sold her for $14 plus shipping. So not a huge profit on that, but I'm happy to move her out of my store and get her into somebody's hands. Okay, this is a brand that's a great brand. It's called CP Shades. Typically, they specialize in linen pieces. This is a rayon tank top. So it's rayon, it's a tank top, and it's worn. So it only sold for $13. Their stuff typically sells for quite a bit more. So if you do a quick comp check on eBay, you'll see what does sell for a lot more. So definitely pick up CP Shades if you can find it for a good deal. I picked it up just because it was that brand. I knew that it probably wouldn't sell for a ton. So happy to get that moved out of my store as well. All right, this is just a men's Nike ACG t-shirt. Actually listed this last week, sold it for $12 plus shipping, which isn't bad for a t-shirt. This is a women's North Face hoodie, just a pullover hoodie, sold it for $20 plus shipping. I grabbed this sweater. It has no size tag, it has no brand tag, but I know for a fact that it is alpaca from Peru, because the knit actually says Peru and there's alpaca. So anything that's this style can do really, really well on eBay. Not so sure about Poshmark, but I sold it on eBay. And I got $20 plus shipping for it, which I'm really happy about. It's also missing a button. So that's quite a few strikes against me on this item, considering there's no brand tag, no size tag, and there's a missing button. But because it's alpaca from Peru, it sold for $20. And I got it at the bins. This is a men's Duluth Trading shirt. Duluth Trading used to do pretty well for me. I'll still pick it up if it's in good condition. It's a men's 2XL, so those larger sizes tend to sell really well. I sold this for $10 plus shipping. They started carrying Duluth Trading like here and there at Costco, and I have this theory that anytime a brand hits Costco, it starts to tank in value everywhere else. So, you know, say what you will about it, but I've experienced that with Orvis as well, and some other brands. Duluth Trading is one of them. So I used to be able to sell those for a lot more. I feel like I'm a broken record. Do I keep saying that? I think I say that a lot. But again, if you know my story, I kind of took a break from eBay for a little bit. Just kind of kept maintaining my business. But now that I'm building it back up again, it's like I'm learning a whole new set of rules for the platform again, which is just what happens when you're in a business for a period of time and you come back. Okay, this is a North Face Denali jacket. This is another piece that I have had in my store for definitely a year now. It's a girl's coat. Sold it for $14 plus shipping, but I have had it in my store for a year, so I'm just happy to move it out. So you know those fast gears that I was telling you about? This is a Daniel Rain dress. I bought it because I think it's really pretty. Daniel Rain is not typically a brand that I would buy, but I really liked this dress. I sold it for $7 plus shipping, so not a high dollar item at all. But it's when I almost countered the offer, but I realized, you know, I really need some fast gears. It was kind of during a slower period yesterday that I sold this item, and I knew I needed some fast gears to sell so that it would bring more sales into my store, which I believe that it did. So it was worth taking the offer in order to potentially sell some other things. These are Banana Republic. They are a faux leather legging. Sold them for $11 plus shipping. These are silver jeans. Sorry, I got a little bit out of order somehow. Nope, just kidding. That's a Poshmark item. Sorry, we're not at Poshmark yet. I've got a couple more items that I sold on eBay to share with you before I share with you my Poshmark sales. These are Zara women's wide leg pants. They're just a cute polka dot pant. Zara's hit and miss, but it's always worth picking up at the bins in good condition. So I sold these for $10 plus shipping. Did I share everything with you? I think we're down to my Poshmark things now. I think so. Sure enough. Okay, that was eBay. So that's everything that I sold on eBay this weekend. I'll switch over to my Poshmark page here. Excuse me. All right. Now we can talk about the silver jeans. So these are silver. I will pick up silver all the time. They sell really well. They're not big dollars, but all these little dollars from the bins add up. Sold these for $20. As you know, Poshmark takes 20% off the top of that, but Poshmark provides the shipping label, so it all evens out in my opinion. This is a basic Ralph Lauren women's polo shirt, sorry, button front shirt. Sold it for $8. Not a huge profit at all on Poshmark, but I think Poshmark does a similar thing to eBay with the algorithms, that the more you take offers on, the more traffic you'll get to your closet. These are Brandy Melville distressed jeans. Brandy Melville is a really good brand to buy. They have a strong following. One thing to note with Brandy Melville is they are also go by John Galt and Brandy Melville are the same company. So these sold for $13. I had a lot of watchers, like likers on these, like a lot at one point. And I relisted them because I had so many watchers and I was kind of tanking my price with offers to likers and nobody was taking the offer. So I relisted them and took a $13 best offer on them. This is becoming one of my new favorite brands. I'm finding that it's a lot more popular than I thought it was. So I would say this is definitely a Bolo brand, this Oisel brand. Let's see. It's a great brand to pick up. Sold this. It's a bird hoodie, women's hoodie. I sold it for $30 on Poshmark. This is a, oh, we're back to eBay. I did miss one. See? This is a women's Nike hoodie, just a pullover hoodie. I sold it for $15 on eBay plus shipping. We'll go back to Poshmark. This is a women's gym vintage Nike hoodie. Sold it for $20 on Poshmark. And then my last item that I sold on Poshmark were these UGG clogs. So Poshmark is where I sell all my UGG items. So happy to move these. These were in my store for quite a while. Sold them, did I say that? Sold them for $24. So that's my shipping. So I have 26 items to ship this morning. Is that accurate? Yes, 26, 28 items. I don't know my math, you guys. 28 items to ship on both platforms today, which is pretty good. I mean, I don't like to have anything less than 20 items to ship on a Monday morning after a weekend, so I'm pretty happy with that. I would love to see some higher sales in my stores, but you know, we're headed into the holiday season. I sell mostly used clothing, so I try to branch out a little bit for the holidays, but I don't source outside the box as much. Like outside of, I don't love hard goods. I don't like shipping them. I don't like packing them up. I always miscalculate how much it's going to cost me to ship the items. So I really like just the comfort and stability of clothing. It's not to say I won't ship hard goods, but it's just not where my focus is, even through the holidays. So I learned to adapt, learned to figure it out, how to make it work for me. But I find that if I can spend November, December building up my store, January, February tend to be my best months as a used clothing reseller. So that will be my focus these next few weeks. And I think that's all I've got for you. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Sorry I missed a video last week. I was not feeling well at all, and you would not have wanted to hear my gravelly voice try to do a what sold video last Monday. And actually it was I think I only had 13 items to ship on Monday, so it wasn't that exciting anyway. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment on my channel. You can follow me over at Thrifting for the Nest over on Instagram as well. I post quite a bit of reselling content over there. And I think that's all I've got for you today. I appreciate you tuning in. God bless. Have a great week.